Press el record. Did both jumps. Alright, you guys aren't watching this. Alright. I'm gonna fix my nutsack. Nutsack's a funny word, by the way. Nutsack. I wonder why they call ball sack a nutsack. Ball sack makes sense because they look like little balls in a bag, in a sack, and then like a nutsack, like two pair of nuts. Because when you say nuts, like, do you mean like peanuts? Do you mean like sunflower seeds? Do you mean like acorns? Because I guess if you're saying acorns nuts, then that would make sense. Because acorns could be something that possibly. You know what? You know what's funny is there's things on, like, as a man that I don't know about my own body. Like, I assume girls, you know, you guys go through your periods and stuff. So like, you guys have that thing where like, you know, like what to do when you get a period, or like, you know, things about like, the insides of your bodies. I don't really know much because I was thinking about this. I've always thought about this as far as like, I wonder what it looks like, but I've never wanted to look it up. But like, I don't know what a ball, like a testicle, would look like outside of the bag, like outside of, you know, the sack. I've always wondered that though. I've always been like, man, you know, are they like what color are they? Are they like gray? Because like for a guy, I mean, I think most guys can relate, but we all fill our balls, you know, whether it's to prevent, you know, ball cancer, to look for it, or if you're just like playing with yourself, you know. And every now and then, like, you'll kind of just roll it around in your hand and you're like, damn, like, and you ever, like, you know, because obviously you have two. Most of us have two. I know people that have one, but most of us have two. I'll separate them and I'll just like roll one around. I'll be like, damn. So it's not a perfect ball. It's almost like I would say like an egg. You know, eggs, they're not round. They're like whatever that shape, whatever egg shape is. Egg is like its own shape, right? Like you could say egg shaped things. Because you wouldn't, I guess you could say an egg is like an oval shape, but so I assume like a ball, like if I pull one of my balls out, it would look like that. But I wonder if it's like gray or like white. And then like, yeah, I don't know. That'd be weird. I'm just vamping right now until Milk, he had to go pee. I thought we were going to start soon, but we're going to start soon in a little bit. Just, you know, just getting some thoughts out. Honestly, I'm just testing the audio right now, so I'll probably just cut all that, but just, you know, some food for thought. I don't know if you guys heard that. Emil's screaming in the restroom again. I got a fart.
Is that you talking?
Yeah. This is me farting.
No! No!
Oh!
Did you shart?
I don't know. It felt like it.
The boy sharted.
We'll find
Well,
out.
you know why it felt like it?
Why?
You got moisture in there because of the humidity.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
You got that moisture in there.
So
So when the air comes out, it pushes the moisture around and feels a little...
Sweatness? No, I was telling the people before you...
Hello!
I was trying to vamp, but, no, I was saying, like, you know how... I mean, I
girls
just...
get periods and boys don't?
Yeah. I know. What I was getting at was, like my ball sack. Which one is it?
It's a Coors Light.
Oh, hell yeah. The mountains are blue, boy.
Come on, brother. You know they're blue as hell.
No, I was saying how I've always been interested, but I've never wanted to look it up. But I've always wondered what a ball, like a testicle, looks like outside of the sack by itself.
Ew.
I know. But I'm just saying, you know, like, I have no idea. You know what? Another thing, too, I wanted to bring this up when I was talking to myself, was, like, in your lifetime, like, up until this point, how many times do you think you have seen your butthole? Whether it was a picture, whether it was a reflection. You get what I'm saying? Like, I want to
for sure
say,
at least a couple times.
No lie, maybe like 3.
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking like 1 or 2.
because I want to say like once or twice I can remember leaning, like having my foot. I was trying to shave my gooch and like my nuts and stuff. And I wanted to give a little fade in my butthole hairs too. So I threw my leg up on the
butthole face.
yeah, because I didn't fully like shave it, and I didn't put like no guard. I put like the lowest guard you possibly can. Mm-hmm. You know, just a little 5 o'clock shadow in there. Not that I have that much hair, but I just didn't want all of it gone.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to cut it down and then the pricklies would kick in.
Sure.
I wanted to shave it to the point where it was like past the prickly, but not still long. But anyways, But yeah, I remember like those 2 times I had my leg up on the sink and I was leaning over and I was like, I was mainly trying to get like my gooch area, but I was like, I looked at my butthole, I was like, oh, that's weird. Like it's that color. It's not like, and it's weird. And it's like, oh, that's how hairy it is back there. Like I can feel it, and I know feeling wise it feels pretty hairy, but like when you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, I know like 2 times I've done that, and in those times I'm like, oh, I've never really looked at my butthole. And even now, like I couldn't tell you what color it is. I couldn't tell you how hairy it is, just because honestly I forgot.
Yeah. Well.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Slobs on the Pod. I'm your host, Jordan. To my right is my chode host, a.k.a. Tetas.
Hi.
Emil Shai, everybody.
Oh, God. We're going to do that every time?
If I remember.
Fuck.
I was going to say, recently we had a little Hurricane Katrina Jr.
Holy shit, man.
So, yeah, if you guys don't know, so I don't know about all of Arizona, but specifically Yuma, Arizona, and like surrounding areas, we got some pretty bad floods lately. I mean, to the point where, cars are in some areas underwater, not fully, but like at least, in like up to the window. Mm-hmm. People's houses, water got into them. Mm-hmm. Mine specifically, I got water in my house. Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, it was wild though.
Yeah. And
like for us, it's a big deal because I don't know if you know, but like I want to say for like the past 2 summers, we haven't had any rain. I know for sure last year.
Yeah, because like I moved 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago, like not last summer, the summer before, right? At the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And that summer we had bad rain, like probably July, August. And that was bad for us because it was like our new house had needed a new roof.
That's when you're going to find out.
And that's how we found out. Yeah. So last summer we got the new roof. And then no rain came. I was like, dude, we spent all this money on a new roof. It's not even going to rain once.
Yeah, dude. It's like when you get with a girl and like your whole life you've been having sex with her, you're wearing a condom. And then when you try to have a baby, you find out she can't have a baby. So you're like, this whole time I could have not used a condom. So I just got the condom for nothing.
Wow, that's a great...
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to...
What's up, everybody?
I used to always think about that. Like when I was like, bro, I used to be so scared to get a girl pregnant that I would pull out with a condom on, and then I think we've talked about this. I'd run the condom under the sink to make sure it didn't have any holes. I was so scared. But
after you busted in it,
I would pull out and bust in it.
I know you'd pull out, bust in it, and then go run water into it.
I'd go take it off, and then I'd pull from the tip so that way it could still, and I'd get the seal and I'd put it around the sink, turn it on, and get a little bubble and just see, and I'd let it dry up to make sure nothing was steeping out.
So you just made a little jizz water balloon?
I didn't care. It was it was all floating around there.
And then what? And then you poured it
out?
And
then I would just, okay, cool, no leaks, and I'd put it down the sink and I'd throw it in the trash. I was also very scared, not that I'm like Drake or anyone like with a bunch of money, but I was also scared that girls are going to be like, is that his condom in the toilet? And you just, go-gurt it out onto their puss.
Whoa.
And then get themselves pregnant. And then
First of all, you were throwing condoms away in the toilet?
Okay, I lied. I would flush them.
Yeah, that's not
extra
good.
Safety.
That's not good.
Why is that bad?
Flushing a condom? It's going to fuck up your pipes, dude.
They weren't mine. My pipes.
That's how little you wanted to be with these girls.
I just
didn't want to accidentally get them pregnant. Didn't care about their pipes. Didn't care about any of their pipes.
You know what's funny is I remember my mom worked for this company and it was like a family-owned business and they did cabinets. That was like their thing. And we had heard that the owner, the guy, his 2 daughters. They had like a plumbing company had to go over because their toilets were backed up and their daughters, I think at the time I was little, I don't know, maybe like 9, 10, their daughters were 21, 23, something like that. And they went and they had to back out their, clog their toilet. And when the plumbers pull out, they just pull out a bunch of condoms.
Dang. That was one of the girls too.
For sure. No, yeah, it was for sure because I remember one was hot and one was not. So I was like, oh, well, we know whose that is. You know what I'm saying? And that's so sad because as like the dad, you're like, well, I know it's not the ugly girl. It's
oof.
Like, and you never
know.
You never know. Yeah. You never know. True that. How did we get there? Oh, the floods.
Welcome back, everybody.
No, but yeah, so we had some bad floods. Yeah, dude, and Obviously you guys know I live like way out of town. So I was home alone at the time when it was hitting. I don't know if you saw, but I posted like I could see the cloud of like I don't know if it was a dust cloud or it was like the cloud of like rain and dirt mixed up coming at us. But it looked like a tidal wave. You know, like in movies when they make it seem like a tsunami and like waves are like going over buildings. Like it looked like that because it was coming over the mountains. Sure enough, dude, like within 15 minutes after I recorded that, I was like, oh, that's coming over us. Like at some point it's going to either consume my house or it's going to like roll over and we're going to get through some shit. Sure enough, dude, like 15 minutes go by and it started slowly. It was like you could hear the wind pick up. And then you look outside and you'd see like sprinkling within like seconds. Like once I could hear the wind and stuff, I look outside and I see sprinkling. And I can see sprinkling into just like, and it was just pouring rain, bro. Like
the wind
was, bro. It was so scary. Like I'm not even as a kid. I don't think I was ever really scared of like rain and thunder and lightning and stuff. But like, bro, it scared me because I think now I'm older and I'm aware of what could possibly happen during these, this type of weather. And so, bro, I was like, the wind was shaking. So the way my house was like facing, it was pretty much the wind came, like the storm came from behind the house and went over to the house towards the front. So the wind was coming from the back. So in the backyard, we have old school, like big old glass sliding windows. And, bro, and one of them, so like 2 years ago when I was mowing back there, I shot a rock. So I broke the first
I
pane.
remember that, yeah.
Because it was a two window pane. So I broke the first outside one. No big deal at the time. But, bro, like, it was like, I could hear them shaking. I was like, bro, they're going to, I think like the wind.
You never replaced that pane?
Well, I'm renting, so it's not really on me. But at the same time, like the place I live, like they're kind of just like, well, you know, like we'll call people out to replace the windows when we have like a certain amount of them, because I guess it's expensive to just bring for like one time. So like they're waiting till they get like more houses with broken windows, and then they'll like
maybe they got them now.
I fucking hope so.
After this,
I fucking hope, bro. So, yeah. So anyway, so my house flooded, whatever. Luckily, I was home. I caught it in time to where I was like, oh, I was watching the Cowboys game, and it was like dark and stuff. I just had the TV on. And I get up to do something, and I stepped in like water, and I was like, fucking. I thought that one of the dogs took a piss. It's like, goddamn. So I went and grabbed my phone and a napkin, and I went to light it up, and I noticed the water was like, it was like where I was at, and then also going underneath the entertainment center. And I was like, oh shit, what the hell? I was like, did I spill something? Then I pan over next to the entertainment center is where the corner is where I put the dogs like in their cage and stuff. That whole section was wet all along the way. I was like, oh shit. I was like, duh, like the water's coming in. I knew it was raining, but I didn't realize my backyard was flooding. We were at least like 2-3 inches of water. And it was just seeping in. Luckily, like I said, I was there. I was able to just like kind of contain it. But bro, like the next day, obviously I work, with the housing. So the next day we were just getting calls up the ass. And a lot of them, and like going into work, I knew this was going to be a thing, but I just hate like people make it seem like they're the only house that got flooded. Like they're like, it only rained on their house, like you got to come right now. Like it's like, bro, everyone's house is, flooding or the roof's leaking or this is out or everyone's like, I'm sorry. Like we're trying to figure it out. So a lot of them were just that. And a lot of them were not that bad, but dude, there was one house where like, the guy was like, yeah, like my whole house flooded. And a lot of times people, like the residents out there will like be dramatic about their stuff. Like, oh, my backyard's flooding. It's just a broken sprinkler that bubbles when it turns on, and when it turns off, it goes away. Yeah. So we went to the guy's house. Bro, his entire house, 100% of his house was in water. Oh. Obviously, it was the next day, so it was like it had gone down. But, bro, his everything. His whole house was just filled. It came into the back door, into the living room, into the kitchen, filled into the rooms and everything. Wow. And I guess the guy was at work. So, but yeah, dude, it fucked shit up. Like, and you know what? I don't know if this is a coincidence. I don't know if I did this, but I did just watch the Hurricane Katrina documentary. Like, like 3 days ago. I think it's called "When the Levee Broke" or something.
Oh, yeah,
it's the one
old.
Yeah, it's the one that Spike Lee did.
Yeah.
It was really good. I had been hearing a lot of stuff about it on TikTok because I don't know why it resurfaced. I don't know. And they were saying like crazy accusations, and in the TikToks, obviously they make them to get people's like attention. So they were like, yeah, like when they were making everyone go to the Dome where the Saints played, the football stadium. That apparently, they had no power and stuff. So like, and they had no plumbing, no electricity. So like the restrooms were getting backed up. So it smelled like straight shit in there. Like it was humid. It was nasty. Like people were actually hanging out outside because it was so bad in there. And that like they were saying that, obviously, you know, inmates also had to go into the dome because they couldn't stay at the jail, and that so they were just letting them like run. There wasn't enough cops to control this. They were saying that like inmates were raping girls and the babies, and like that apparently they found like a dead kid in one of the restrooms. All this crazy stuff was on TikTok, and so I went over to the movie, the documentary. It's like they pretty much in the documentary they're like people were saying this was happening, but I didn't see any of it, so everyone was saying that. And they were just saying how, so the thing was, there was like one guy that was like, I think he was like head of like some police task force or something. He got on the news and he pretty much went all crazy and he was like making everything seem way worse than it was. His thing was that he was trying to get them to, you know, was it FEMA? Whatever. He was trying to get them to, you know, it's been, you know, help us. Like this is, so in a way, thanks to him, they got help. But at the same time, it started spreading all these crazy rumors that cops weren't doing this and people were doing this. And so it was like, you know, and he was like, I apologize. Like I maybe, you know, went a little too much and said, you know, stuff that wasn't true. He's like, and I may have hurt some people, you know, or whatever. Like they may have freaked out. But, you know, it got us the help we needed.
Yeah.
People were like, all right, we need to get over there. It was a whole thing, dude. And I'll say this. I mean, I'm sure you know because you're, you know, wiser and older. But like I legit thought the levees that held the water, I thought they broke, or oh no, I thought that the water overflowed and that's why it flooded. I didn't know, and you know, obviously the hurricane they got, I thought that was the reason why everything flooded. So then I find out like the hurricane had stopped. There were certain areas where it was kind of flooded, but not that bad. It wasn't until the levees broke that water came in. That's what was the like the Hurricane Katrina part was. It was bad.
A fraction of it.
Yes,
yeah.
But the main thing was that levee wasn't built properly, and apparently back in like 1960 something, it had broke, and whoever built it, they had like some guy come out and like test it, or he did something to it, and he pretty much told him like
he shook it a little bit, and he was like, "It's good.
He kicked it.
That'll hold." Yeah, it's good.
Like when you see the truckers, like when they check their tires, they just kick them. Solid.
Yeah, call her good.
It'll hold. But
lights a cigarette. You're good. I mean,
solid.
Unless a hurricane named Katrina can.
Yeah. Unless the government decides to blow it up. You ain't gonna
Unless George Bush is president. You're fucked.
But yeah, so the guy, someone had came inspected and they were like, I mean, it's good for now, but like if we get a real bad hurricane, it's gonna break. Like, so they were like, okay, like we'll get to that eventually, and they just never did.
Well, time kept passing. They kept not getting crazy hurricanes, and then you forget. You go like,
But
fine.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, it was interesting.
Damn,
it was pretty interesting, Doc. It got boring towards the end, and they started getting like political and everything. I'm like,
what year was Katrina?
Ooh, I just watched it. 2000. I'm gonna say 2003 or 2005.
Okay.
I know it's obviously it's after 9/11.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because Bush was 3 times or 2.
Hurricane Katrina. 05.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Okay, so I went to New Orleans like 5 years after Katrina, 4 years after Katrina, and it was still like, it was like, damn, like they were.
You went after.
Like four or 5 years after.
Oh, in the I mean,
and it was like
to this day, it's just
you could tell it was like still super fucked up from Katrina.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah,
but and see, like, obviously the little hurricane or little thunderstorm we had.
Damn, 1,392 fatalities.
That's crazy. And you know what that was? Mainly people just trapped in their homes.
That sucks, dude.
Or it was like old people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Dude, in that documentary, they don't blur nothing out. They show like a dead body just floating.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa! Like it's like they're talking about it and they're showing people like on boats going through the neighborhood, and then they just like boom. Next scene, it's just a guy floating in the water. It's like whoa! They're like, yeah, there was dead babies, there's dead people, there's dead animals just floating in the water. I was like, damn, dude. But oh, and what I was saying was, so with our little storm that happened, obviously, you know, power got knocked out in places, people's houses got, you know, messed up, people's cars, a lot of damage to like stuff in our little neighborhood, in our little town. But I was thinking like, bro, like that guy's house, for instance, right? His whole house pretty much flooded. I'm like, where do you start? You know what I'm saying? I guess just start pulling stuff out of your house. Just start drying it. You know what I'm saying? Like, in my head, I'm just like if we were Hurricane Katrina, like at what point were they just like, all right, so what do we do now? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like at what point where like the water went down and they just started like, all right, let's just fucking start in this neighborhood, I guess, start fixing this house. Like, it's just like it's so much like things went wrong that it's like, bro, like where do you even start with this? We get the power back, we gotta get the plumbing back, we got to start from scratch with everything. Like,
yeah,
just a huge fucking headache.
Yeah, because I definitely I was same thing. I was watching the Cowboys Eagles. And like I thought it was kind of weird. I don't know if you felt this too, but like they postponed the game because of the lightning and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, that's crazy. And it wasn't bad here yet. And then they postponed it, and I was like, oh, I'll go do stuff in the kitchen while that's like on hold for at least 15, 20 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then as I'm in there doing stuff, all of a sudden just it got crazy, and I was like, oh no, like. Not,
you're like, are they playing
not that
Yuma?
I believe in like, no, but not that I believe in like, I don't know. I mean, it felt very like doomsday. I was like, oh no, the whole country's gonna flood.
Yes,
like the whole world is flooding at the same. It was like this in Philadelphia, and now it's here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like, the weather is the same there and here. And then
I didn't think that. I just thought, oh, how crazy! They're having a storm, and so are we in totally different places.
That's the normal way to think it.
No, I think yours would. Yours is smart. Yours is to be like, if it's flooding there, it's got to be. You know, if there's a storm there, there's a storm here. What's in between?
Everything in between.
Else has to be.
Everything in between.
But so what's funny is, obviously where I live, I'm way out there, so it hit me. I was able to warn some people in town in a way. So like, Saida had the night before she had stayed at her parents because she had doctor's appointments. So like around like 6:37, she was heading back home. She's like, I'm gonna stop in the foothills at Walmart, and then I'll go home. And I was like, all right, cool. When she got to Walmart, at my house, the storm had started. It was windy. It was raining. I was sending her videos, and I called her, and she was like, no, it's not bad over here at all. Like, it's just like dark and cloudy. And I was like, okay, pretty sure whatever's here is going over there. So I wouldn't come home if I were you. So she she went to the foothills, or she was in the foothills, so she went to like a cousin's house, hung out there. Sure enough, the storm was still kind of over our house, but it was making its way there. Sure enough, it started getting crazy over there. And then I don't know if you remember, like at one point when it finally stopped. Like, it's crazy too, because when it stopped, everything stopped, other than lightning and thunder. But like water, wind, and not like even a slight breeze. It went to like still. It was quiet, and everything was just trash. And it was just like for us,
all my dirt had run off my front part. You saw that?
Yeah.
And then my trash can was just like in the street,
just rolling. Yeah. No, dude, but I can imagine, because like where I was, everything was more just like washed dirt, debris and stuff. But in town, like we didn't really get flooding, and if we did, it was like outside of the neighborhood. But in town, as we know, like it flooded in places. I can't imagine when that, like, it must have been pretty chill at one point when the rain stopped and the wind, and everyone was just outside, like just chilling in the flooded waters. You know what I'm saying? Because in some areas, I mean, bro, like I didn't realize how much water, like. But then you realize like certain areas of neighborhoods are like in the lower areas, at the bottom of the hill or something. So yeah, they got hit with some crazy stuff. But yeah, dude, so that fucking, but no, same thing though. When I was watching the game, I was just like, I saw the weather delay, and I was like, oh, what a coincidence. Like, we're in crazy weather and now they're in a weather delay. But I didn't think that. Yeah, but when I went outside, because I don't know if you saw the video I posted, but my window's broken on the Jeep. So it was down.
I saw that.
I knew it was gonna rain, so I put a trash bag over, but the way I parked the car and the way the wind was blowing, it was pushing the bag into the car, and the rain was going sideways, so it was just making a bubble. It was filling in the bag. Luckily, I didn't just tape it on. I pretty much just opened a big old black bag and slid it over my whole door. So when I closed it, it sealed it. So when I'd seen it, and I was like, I think it'll be fine. And then when I was like watching the Jeep, I could see the whole bag was just getting pushed in the whole time. I was like, I gotta go out there eventually. Sure enough, I went out there and I pulled it, and all this water came out. Nothing got inside though.
Really?
Yeah, luckily.
I thought for sure your inside was soaked.
I mean, it was like there was like little drips, but not like that water. And that's why I was like, if I not gone out at that time, had I said it waited any longer, it would have got too heavy and it would have fell in for sure. It would have just soaked all my shit. But I moved it. But when I had to hype myself up to go outside, because at the time, and it was like mid-storm, like heavy rain, flooding still, wind, like bro, rain wasn't even falling. It was like going sideways.
Oh yeah, I know.
And it was flooding and everything, and lightning and everything. So I ran. I was like, I was like, fuck this. So I took all my clothes. I just put my shorts on. So I'm gonna get soaked. And I just ran out there. But bro, when I went out there, I'm like, this feels like the end of the world. Like my heart started racing to where I'm like, if this just keeps going, like I'm pretty sure, because behind us is like a dirt mound into like mountains and hills. I was like, if it keeps going, that's just gonna mudslide into our house. All of that mud and stuff's gonna start filling against our wall, probably break our windows. Like it could get really bad. Like it was at that point where I was like, if this doesn't stop, it's gonna do some real big damage. Yeah. And obviously, what do you think? It heavy rained, like flooded for like an hour almost, right? Maybe more? Or did it seem like that?
No, it was like 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay.
It was like heavy, but I had to do this. No, it was like an
heavy
hour.
rain for that long.
But I had to go out in it too. So like our patio like floods because the pool's here, the house is here, and then it all kind of like the pool slopes this way and my patio slopes this way. So it all just gathers, and then when there's that much water running off, it starts to build towards the house.
Yeah.
So I had to go out there mid-storm, and I have a pump with like a long hose that I pump it out to the front. It's still set up. You could see it.
I saw, yeah.
So I had to set that up mid-storm. So like same thing. I was in like my the boots I used to swim shorts, no shirt, my boots that I used to like brew in, so they're like high rubber boots.
Oh, like rain boots?
Yeah, like rain boots. But when the water's doing all that, it just went right in.
It's same thing. That's why I was gonna put boots on too, and I was like, it's just gonna fill my boot.
That's all that happened.
So I just wore some like old school Vans. I just slipped them on. I was like, I just need to run out.
That would have been smarter. I should have done like flip flops, but I didn't want to slip, and so setting all that up, like, because it's like, I got to clamp the hose on. I got to run the hose through the pool fence.
While it's fucking pissing on you.
And then the thunder's going crazy, the lightning, the wind.
You're stressing like a motherfucker.
I dropped a clamp, like my glasses are sliding off my face because everything's
You can't even see that good probably because
I couldn't see shit.
Yeah.
So I was like doing it blind. I like stabbed myself in the hand with the screwdriver at one point. Yeah. And then finally I got the pump set up, and then I could see the water slowly going down, like, because it was probably like an inch and a half from like being up at the house, like creeping into the house
to get it like towards the windows and the doors.
If I was out of town, it would have got in at least the bathroom and my bedroom.
Yeah, for sure. But wait, so now I can ask you, with your pool, did it overflow?
No.
Really? How does that work? Is it because there's a pump, I guess? Or?
No. I mean, it could have overflowed. That 2 years ago that I said, that came close to overflowing. Yeah, that came close to overflowing.
Oh, okay.
But this time, because my overflow thing, or not overflow thing, the pool filler, it clogs sometimes. So like when I'm swimming, I'll like unclog it, and then it'll fill the pool back up to the right level. But I haven't swam in a couple weeks, so I think the level was lower than normal.
So it just filled it up to
so it normal. Just filled it up to high, but not like overflowing.
Was your pool all dirty the next day?
Super.
Yeah,
super.
Yeah, my buddy Kobe, they have a pool, and I asked him the same thing. I was like, did it overflow? He's like, no. He really didn't have any issues that happened, but he was like, it's fucking dirty though. He's like, they just cleaned it like 2 days ago, and he's like, the whole bottom's filled with dirt.
Same, yeah.
I was like,
my pool guy hit me up on Thursday, or Thursday or Friday. Oh no, he was supposed to come Thursday before the storm, but like every once in a while he'll get so busy, he'll be like, hey dude, I'll just hit it tomorrow, And so he didn't know the storm was coming, but he was like, hey man, I'm not gonna make it. I'll hit it tomorrow. Thank God, because if
he still came.
No, he came Friday.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He came Friday?
Yeah.
Damn, okay.
And he was like...
He's like, my house is fucking flooded, but I'll work on your pool.
Yeah, no problem.
I ain't got no fucking... I guess I'll just fucking work today.
For $12.
Yeah. I guess I'll clean your pool. My house stays fucking dirty.
Yeah. But
that you're not going to fucking use, probably.
I haven't.
You clean it for no reason.
I'm not using it till next year, yeah.
I hate you.
No, dude, it sucks because it's...
You didn't use your
expensive.
You didn't use your pool that much this summer, huh?
I used it more than I did last year.
Okay, but I mean,
look, I used it in like when was it that we could start using it? End of May?
End of May, yeah.
Yeah. From then until probably
Was that this year or last year?
Beginning of July.
Was it this year or last year that we went swimming together at your house?
Last year.
That was last year, huh? Yeah.
Maybe this year.
No, I think it was last year.
Was it?
I think so. Yeah, I think it was last year. Yeah, because Oliver's still like a baby. But yeah, no, it kind of bums me out. People that have pools and they don't really use them. I mean, I get it though. I can see where obviously if you have access 24/7, like it can just get like I don't want to go in my pool.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're not gonna like growing up when we had like a community pool, bro. Every like moment we were there.
Yeah,
because it was like a thing. It was like my mom would like pack a cooler, make us sandwiches. We'd take our drinks over there, and we would just go stay. It was like around the corner from our house.
Yeah.
But it felt like we were going to the pool. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Here it's like, I'll go. I will go and enjoy it for like an hour. And then I'm like, it's fucking hot. Yeah. I'm dehydrated. I'm hungry. Like I'm going in. And then you go back out or whatever. The only time like having a pool is really great at your house is if you're you're a griller, you're an entertainer, you like having people over.
Yep.
You got a fucking kegerator or like a cooler just stacked. You got a Yeti full of fucking 90 beers. And I feel you had a brisket going since last night.
Yes, dude. And I feel like
that's when you get the pool.
Yeah, and the people that I know that have pools are the opposite of those people. They don't want people at their house. They don't want to throw parties. They don't grill. It's like, what? Because I'm that person where I'm like, dude, like I always tell my family, I'm like, trust me, if I had a pool, you guys would be here all the time.
All the time.
I would love to. Like, I would love to be grilling. I grill and I don't even have a pool. I just sit out there and fucking sweat. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, bro, I would love the idea of in the summer when it's hot as fuck, lighting up the grill, getting a little hot. Fuck it, I'll take a little dip, come back out, toss,
crack a cold ass beer.
Bro, it sounds dreamy. And you guys have that.
And look, it sounds dreamy to me too, but not when I have to do it.
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
I respect that.
It sounds dreamy, like it sounds dreamy, like if you were my next door neighbor and you didn't have a pool, and you were like, "Bro, get a fucking smoker, get a grill. I'll bring my family over, you bring your family over, and we'll just do everything at your house, and I'll grill. I'll do all the grilling, and I'll do all that." I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should have took that approach then.
It's more it's more about the being in charge of like I could and this is where it's weird, where I don't like fully understand my brain all the time, is because like for my family I do a majority of the cooking. You know what I mean? For my kids, my wife, I can cook.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's like if my mom comes over, I can cook. But then it's like once another couple people come, I'm like, what do I do? What do I cook? You know? Like,
really? I would assume, because knowing you, I would think like when people come over, that's when you'd be like, oh man, I'm gonna cook something good for them. Like you seem like, cause you're very like when we have guests, like especially people that haven't been on the podcast, I notice like you're a little different towards them as far as like you're like, can I get you anything? You want to drink it? Yeah. You'll make them coffee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like I feel like you like to,
because that's how I was raised. Like that's how my mom is. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
If you go to my mom's right now. She's been cooking all weekend. She's going to have like 4 things for you to eat. So like I have that in me, but I don't have the skills to like execute it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
It's like, yeah, I'll get you a fucking drink, or I'll think to ask like, what can I pick up from the store for you, or what do you like, or I can do those things. So it's better than nothing for sure. Yeah. But I'm not like, there's a couple things I cook well, and those are the things that like a tri-tip. Like I could do a tri-tip, but it's going to be a tri-tip, rice, potato, salad. You know what I mean? It's not going to be like the craziest shit.
Yeah.
But like someone like my mom, like she's got like an endless list of crazy dishes, different steps for all of them,
Yeah.
And then she can put them all out like any day.
Yeah. No, I mean, going back to the thing, like if I was to be like, hey, like, can we use your house? I do that with my buddy Kobe. Like, and I kind of feel that way like I understand. Like if you have that stuff all the time, you're not always hyped to do those things. So it is a nice break when someone's like, hey, like and it's awkward too because I want to go swimming. I want to take Oliver to their house to go swimming because it's hot and shit. And so it's like, how do I approach it? So most time I'll be like, hey, like, can we like you should like invite us over to go swimming, and then but I'll say like I'll bring food or I'll bring something and I'll grill because I understand that's the part where you're like, oh, like yeah, we can go swimming, but like I should probably feed you.
And I gotta feed you.
Yeah, I'll do that. Like just let me use your house and your pool. Obviously, I want to hang out with you like we're friends or whatever. But I'm saying like I'll do that stuff. I'll like offer to be like, well, I can bring stuff or I can cook something or whatever. But in the end, they're like, I'll grill. I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But yeah, so I totally understand that. But yeah, no, it just seems like the people that I know that have pools are very like anti bringing.
Was that your buddy? Did you go there for the Chargers game?
Yeah.
Friday.
Yeah.
So what pizza did you take?
Oh yeah. Oh, we talked about it.
Yeah.
So it was Domino's.
Yeah.
We took 4. It was we took. Oh, and I misread the text. He didn't say no garlic.
He said
bread.
garlic crust.
He didn't want garlic crust.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were all shitting on him.
You figured that out before
oh, I did?
Yeah, before you left. But after we recorded.
Oh, after we talked shit on him?
Yeah, after we talked shit and recorded talking shit, we shut it down and then you went, oh, no, I misread that. He said no garlic crust. And I was like, oh, well, that's fucking reasonable. He just didn't want.
Because then he has to.
Yeah, because then it's like, he can't eat any of the pizza if that's not what he's into. Because when we were recording, I was like, fuck off. Like,
we were thinking
garlic bread is not allowed in your house?
Yeah, we were thinking garlic bread like on the side. Like you get regular pizza and then garlic bread on the side.
Yeah,
just don't fucking eat it. I even told him that. Because we were shitting on him and he was like, no. And I was like, bro, I'm so sorry. I was like, I realized you had said.
Did you tell me recorded talking?
Yeah, well, he listens. He knows. He knows.
Sorry,
Colby. Yeah, so we ended up getting 4 pieces. We got 2 pepperoni. One was pepperoni with the garlic crust and cheese inside.
Okay.
And then we got...
Which sounds bomb.
It's really good.
Yeah.
And especially if you get like marinara sauce, you have like two meals in one. You got breadsticks with cheese in them on the pizza. So good.
Daddy.
And I don't know. Depending the pizza, I'm not a big fan of like crust.
Mm-hmm. I love crust.
I'll leave crust. If it's too thick and bready, like I like. Have you ever had Village Inn? Like a thin crust, like the least amount of crust.
It ends up being like a little cracker.
Yeah, I'll eat that. But like the too much bread, like nah,
I fuck with all of that.
That's why I like that they take the middle out. They put cheese in it instead, and they make it a whole thing. We did that. We did 1 Supreme.
Got to do it.
And then we did 1 jalapeno pepperoni.
Jalapeno pepperoni's good. Where have we? I don't know if we've talked about this. Where do you stand on pineapple?
That's funny. I was gonna bring that up next because
I'll fuck with the pineapple jalapeno.
Kobe brought that up. He was like, "How do you feel about pineapple?" And I was like, "Honestly, bro, like
it's good, bro."
Okay, but this is my thing.
Like you could argue that it does or doesn't belong on pizza. It doesn't matter. You either like it or you don't. Like some people like anchovies. Some people don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it belongs on there if that's what you like.
Yeah.
And I like it. I like sweet and spicy or sweet and savory.
Mm-hmm.
So pineapple and jalapeno.
Mine is for me, it's pineapple Hawaiian ham and
pineapple.
Yes,
yeah.
But I told him I was like I'm not against it. I was like, but like that's not my choice. And I was like, but like if we get 4 pizzas and one of them is pineapple on it, and it's the only one left at the end of the day, and I have the munchies, like I'll eat it. Yeah, it doesn't gross me out. I was like, but it's definitely like I've never been like, oh, can you get a pineapple pizza? And he was like, I was trying to bring him some controversial shit. I was like, no, it's not a big deal to me. I'm not like one of those people. Like there's people that are just like, fuck that. No fucking
Get
pineapple.
out of my house.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You brought garlic bread and pineapple into my house? Get the fuck out.
I thought you were American. What the fuck is this commie bullshit?
Yeah.
It's like, dude, chill out. Just don't eat it then.
Colby.
All right, dude.
Shit, man.
No breadsticks, no garlic.
Damn, bro.
He's not a vampire. I still think that
we found out.
I still think that was a funny thing. I should have told him.
Oh, you didn't tell him that part?
No, but I should have told him. I'm like, bro, do you fucking vampire?
Yeah.
You don't like garlic?
You don't want it in your house?
Because even then, I don't know.
It makes so much more sense that it was what he was saying.
It makes total sense. But at the same time, there are people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Just don't bring this.
Don't bring hot wings. What? Just don't eat them.
Just don't
look
fucking
at them.
I'm gonna bring 50. I'm gonna eat 30. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't worry about it.
Oh man. No, but yeah. How's your team doing? They won, right?
They won. They won today.
Today's like technically like first Sunday, right, for football? I know there's games been going on, but this is like the first legit
Sunday. It is
Sunday.
the first Sunday. My team, your team won.
We won, hell yeah.
My team won.
Fucking Cowboys lost.
It's a good week. It's a fine week.
It's a good week. Go Birds.
I don't know, man. I don't want to. You never want to get too excited week one.
Who'd you guys play? You guys played the Dolphins.
We played the Dolphins.
Is that a good team? Are they?
So I do a pool, a football pool every week, and I chose the Dolphins because
to win against your team.
Yeah, bro.
You went off like betting mind, not like
yeah.
I love this team, so I'm gonna pick.
I always go betting wise because like the Colts had lost like 10 or 11 week ones in a row. Think about that shit. Like since we got boat. Andrew Luck, we've lost 11 straight.
The first game of the season.
Yeah.
See, well, I was on the same boat because we played our first game. We obviously played in Brazil, but we played Kansas City. I think
I chose Kansas City.
Yeah, everyone would have because of their past and everything. But I did hear one podcast I was listening to. They were talking about like the season, and I think they talked about the Chargers Kansas City game, and they were like, I think I'm gonna go Chargers, and then they're like, I think Kansas City's up. Like their run is up. I think this might be the season where they kind of like start going a little downhill, and maybe people start leaving the team to go try something else. You know what I'm saying? Like how Lakers had their back-to-back three-peat, and then like after a while, it was like, all right, like it got to that point where we were kind of tired of the Lakers, and then it was like, oh yeah, they're also kind of worn out of winning so much. You can kind of see it. So I was like, that's a good way to take it going in. But after we won the game, they showed like we hadn't won to Kansas City, I think, in like the past like 4 years. Or something. It was something crazy, but it was like I thought the same thing. But and so for me, like you said, like I usually don't get too excited, in the beginning of the season. But for me, that first game was a big game for us to win against Kansas City. And yeah, we barely won, but it was a great game. Like if we play like that with other teams that aren't as good as Kansas City, then we should be fine. Like that was a good sign. Yeah, had we played some other bum ass team and won just for like a season opener, cool. Yeah. But no, this was like oh shit, we beat Kansas City. Like that's Kansas City.
Yeah, like yours is a lot more. Oh shit, we beat Kansas City. Us beating the Dolphins at home.
That's why I'm like, what is Dolphins?
Yeah, exactly. Like
you're just glad you got to.
Like I thought they were gonna win because we haven't been great for a long time, and our quarterback that we drafted 2 years ago is now on the bench, and Daniel Jones from the Giants is our starting quarterback. And I was like, oh, how's that gonna go? Turns out he didn't throw any picks. Our defense did really well, held them to no points until like mid fourth quarter and last half of the. What was it? It was maybe like 6 minutes left that the Dolphins scored their first touchdown. So it's like it was all defense.
Yeah,
but he managed the game well. Like the guy that we have on the bench would have thrown a pick and fucking given them the ball more and fucked it up for us.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know what to expect because I'm so used to that. But as long as they can manage it and we can go, I'll feel good about it. But your team beating like the fucking champions.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? That's huge.
Yeah, and
if we get a win like that, I'll feel differently.
Yeah, and I want to say
if we beat the Ravens or the fucking Bills, you know what I mean?
That'll be a good that'll be a good oh, okay, we got to install a team.
You beat a team that's been in the playoffs the last few years. Yeah. Like, all right, fuck it.
No, was I gonna say fuck, was I gonna say? Nah, I forgot. But yeah, it's also cool too because like when you win like game one, like week one. It's the next, probably tomorrow they'll probably put a post up like these are the undefeated teams in the beginning of the season. So it's always nice to see your team up there, lit up because they'll do all the teams and like the ones that got a week one loss, they're all like dark or whatever. So it's nice to see that because the past few times, every time like as soon as that post comes up, undefeated teams were never on it. So it's always cool. That's why I think it's always funny like when the Chargers won, I put #undefeated because it's like you can do that. You can technically do that right now. Technically, they're undefeated.
I was a Colts fan like in the late '90s, early 2000s, when like every year they would go like the first 7, 8, 10, 12 games undefeated.
Oh shit!
And then they would like lose one, and then win a few more, and then they end the season like 14-2 or like 12-4 or whatever, and then lose to the Patriots. You know what I mean? Like they had these like long strings of winning, and then they would get to the playoffs, and the fucking Steelers would knock them off, or
I see,
something. It was like, what the fuck? I'd rather be fucking like 8-8. This is when there was 16 games,
and pull through.
So it was like I'd rather be 8-8 wild card, and then like win the playoff games, than be like 14-2, 15-1, and then lose the first round.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Like, how are you so good all season, and you can't? Yeah, that is true. Yeah, it makes as a fan, it's very frustrating.
It was frustrating.
Let me see. So I think I just wanted to go over that stuff, but I think for this episode, I've been doing this. I have like a saved folder on Instagram, and it's just with like a bunch of like things that like I want to like share with you in the moment, but I never get to them. So and they just kind of built up. So I was like, oh, it's fucking perfect timing. Let's go over them. And let me see. Is it saved? Oh, here we go. Actually, can we use the restroom real quick? And then
I was gonna say that too. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna take a break and we'll be right back,
baby.
So actually, I was gonna show you some videos, whatever. But I do have something I want to talk about. Do you know who Drewski is?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen the controversy going on?
When he dressed up in whiteface and went to the NASCAR thing?
He went white body.
White body, yeah. He was just a white guy.
He was a straight on white guy.
And then he stopped and was crazy to the black guy.
Yeah.
Spit at him. Yeah. It's like, bro, I really hope once they cut that, he said, hey, it's me, Drewski. And the guy was like, because that,
I'm sure.
Especially in the South, like black guys don't, like that guy might have not even known who Drewski was. You know what I mean?
Well, especially black guy in the South, NASCAR fan. Those are different blacks.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like when I lived in Texas, those guys all grew up with these fucking good old boys, like hunting, fishing, driving around the fucking woods. Like they don't know who Drewski is.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like even if he explained who he was at the end, he's already fucking fucked with that dude.
There's also people that are like, I don't give a fuck if it's a prank. I'm still gonna fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't play that shit.
Fuck you. Yeah.
It don't matter. I don't care if there's cameras around. Like you don't just spit on me. But so this is one of the videos. Why isn't it coming out? Oh, hold on. Let me see.
Yeah, dude. How much did that makeup cost?
Bro, I don't know. He also has like a sunburn.
Here's the love. Here's the honor. If you can't come in her, come on her. Yeah. Born in the USA. Go ahead, baby.
Go ahead, man.
Hey, Mima.
Mima. So okay, this is my thing. It's not gonna help my racist allegations.
No, not at all.
I don't have.
It never does.
Never does. I don't have a problem with it either. The only thing I have an issue, and this isn't me being like, I want to do blackface.
I knew it.
I'm just saying.
Jesus.
Okay, you do that. Totally cool. It's funny. Obviously, no one has a problem with it. Obviously, there are some people, whatever. But I want to say the only issue is like, well, then whenever. And this is where you're going to come in because you're going to explain this all. And I think I know where this kind of goes, but I still don't. I don't. It's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. But like, so then when a white guy does blackface, then how come it's racist when he does it?
Right.
Is it because is it because of the history?
Right.
Because it goes back. Because this is the thing. What if we did blackface, but it was funny and it was good? Kind of like Robert Downey Jr.
Sure.
It was a good one. We didn't make fun of him. We didn't do the typical fried chicken watermelon. We just did what we think a black person, what the people we hung out with.
Yeah.
They did that.
Babe, you said I was going to explain it and you just explained it perfectly.
Well, okay, but I did then.
You did.
See,
because that's the difference. Because traditionally,
tasteful.
white people dressing up in blackface, a majority of it was just
in a negative light,
shucking, jiving, like
big lips,
yeah,
highlighting all the
watermelon,
negatives,
and it's like, why?
Yeah.
But then you get Robert Downey Jr. doing that, fucking brilliant, right? Did you ever see Jimmy Kimmel as Karl Malone?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But the people had an issue with that.
People had an issue with it now. No one had an issue with it then because it wasn't just fucking, Karl Malone. It was hilarious. It was a great impression. And it was funny.
But at the same, I don't know. Okay, I want to say within a good amount of years, the same time the Karl Malone skit with, what's his name? Dave Chappelle was doing Whiteface. Remember?
Also hilarious.
Around the same time. But now that doesn't get backlash.
Yeah.
What's his name? They still bring the. What's his
Yeah.
name? Jimmy. Not Jimmy Fallon. The one that
Kimmel.
did Jimmy Kimmel. Today, if people are praising him, they'll post that picture and be like, yeah, but remember this time they don't do that with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
And it was around the same time. Yes, back in those days, it was funny and no one had a problem with it. Now people have a problem with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
But no one has a problem with Dave Chappelle as a whiteface, and
so it's gone full circle. So Drewski getting any shit for going whiteface, is the pendulum trying to swing the other way because like like over history it'll always do that. It'll overcorrect one way and then overcorrect the other. So now Chappelle did it 15, 20 years ago. It was fine. But now because so much of the, that group that's like upset that blackface is not okay but whiteface is okay, those people like they need a win over the last 15 years. It's been this constant like battle against wokeness and DEI or like whatever fucking catchphrase you want to like buy into in the moment.
Inclusivity.
Yeah, inclusivity to be like, I guess every Disney movie is gonna have a lesbian Pocahontas, black Pocahontas in it. Yeah, and it's like, no, they're just trying to like, why does everything have to be one extreme or the other?
Yeah,
I mean, I agree. Like some of it is like fucking like Jesus, come on, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like you kind of have to understand history and like reasoning and be like, all right, I get it. I guess this is slightly better than the alternative. Mm-hmm. But then when you're constantly having two sides and our country's like very split, it has been for 10 years, it's going to keep swinging one way and then the other. So it's like, I get why people are talking shit about the whiteface thing. I don't think they should be. Just like I don't think like funny blackface was an issue when we were younger. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I still think like, could you make Tropic Thunder today? Of course not. You couldn't make Tropic Thunder 5 years ago.
I think you can now though.
Do you think now you can?
Well, no, I'm saying like with this Drewski thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, if they make a Tropic Thunder 2, and I don't know if Robert Downey Jr. would do it, but if he did, this right here is showing like, okay, from here on out, as long as like you guys said, it's tasteful, it's not like in a negative light,
sure,
then there should be no problem with it, right? So I think today, from this point on, unless another, cancellation fucking thing goes on, I think they could, and I think because of stuff like this, because there's backlash, but I'm gonna say it's one of those things where it only seems like backlash because they're highlighting that.
Right.
I want to say 90% of everyone is totally fine with this, no matter the race. There's like a 10% of backlash, and that's what's getting highlighted.
Yeah.
What's up?
How beautifully carbonated is that beer? Look at
You like that?
It just won't quit. That's beautiful.
I always wonder where those bubbles come from because, like, I know whenever you roofie someone, that's usually with a reason. Yeah. But whenever you see a beer by itself with like that, like, wouldn't you think like, did someone put something in my drink?
No, it's just like very carbonated for that beer style.
I guess I could show it because people can't see. But
it's called nucleation.
You guys see that?
So what's happening here?
Yeah, show.
I'll tell you exactly what's happening. All right.
Beer science with a mill.
Beer science with a meal. So at the bottom of the glass, the gas is hitting the bottom and it's breaking out and it's cascading up, right? So like you carbonate, like it's like I don't remember what the volumes are anymore, but every beer style has its own like carbonation level.
Uh-huh.
So this being like a light lager, it's got a higher volume. So it's supposed to do this for longer, so that every time you take a sip, it's like crispy
For the first time.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
got like that carbonic like bite.
So wait. Let me get this straight. So, do they when they ship these out, whatever they carbonize them or whatever? Because what I'm getting at
So
is,
you
so if I
carbonate
get a
it, yeah.
fresh batch,
Yeah,
is it not carbonized? Like say if
it's
I was
carbonated.
oh, okay. So it's part of the process.
It's all they're carbonating every beer to a specific level at the brewery, like when they can it. But canning is not like, I mean, neither is bottling. But either way, when you package the beer, unless it goes in a keg, it actually holds the best. But it's going to lose carbonation. It's that gas is going to seep out through the cap or this even the
in
seal
shipping and stuff.
over time.
So is like, are we missing out because like we're not getting like a fresh beer? Like as soon as it gets capped and everything, we could just take a sip and it's like the full carbonation. We hasn't lost
it's
any yet. Is there a different taste we'll get?
Oh, of course,
So then we miss out on that then.
of course. But
That's-
I mean, the reality is like not everyone can just brew beer and have it fresh out the bright tank, like the conditioning tank, you know.
Oh, okay, yeah. But
So
that's
you
also
you have to package it. You have to put it in kegs. You have to put it in bottles or cans, and
so,
then get it out.
so okay then. What is?
That's why, like a lot of brew pubs,
Mm-hmm.
like smaller places, they'll hook up their taps directly to the tanks. That's the best. Like if you could keep it low volume, and be like, yo, I'll just make like 100 gallons in this tank, and then we'll tap it, and then I'll pour you right off the tank.
That's
and
the
then
freshest beer you'll probably get
that's
straight
the
off
best.
the.
Yeah. There's like little places in Colorado and
Oh yeah, yeah.
the
yeah,
Pacific Northwest that you can do that kind of stuff.
Okay. Oh okay. Well, so like you ever had those Guinness ones that have the little ball in them?
Yeah.
The little carbonation thing or whatever. So like those. So I remember the one time I got them. So it was around the time. Do you remember when like people were posting that they were cutting open monsters and finding dead rats at the bottom and stuff? So one time I had got those Guinness ones. I didn't pay attention to what I bought. I just got them. It was like a little 6-pack, and I went to drink it. And I remember at like towards the bottom, I remember every time I put it down, I felt like something also move in there.
Oh no.
So but like instead, like, and it was around that time, like when people were finding rats in their monsters and shit. So it was like getting low. Sure enough, I look inside and I see like a little white lump. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I was like, no, bro. I was like, oh, I'm about to fucking sue them. I'm about to get some money. Like they dropped something in my beers. And ended up, I drank it all, cut it open, and it was like a little ball. Sure enough, I read, and it was like something that whenever you open it, like releases the gases, so you can get like a fresh beer, pretty much. And but I remember, bro, I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna win this fucking lawsuit. Like I thought it was like, you know, because I don't know if you saw, but it was just a little white ball, like a little plastic white ball, like a little ping pong ball looking thing. And yeah, I was like, oh, like after I finished it, I like shook it around. I was like, yeah, there's something definitely in there. I cut that bitch open. I was like, what? I took a picture. I was like, what is this? And then I read the thing. I was like, oh, it's like a whole fucking thing.
Yeah, they
I was
fill
like,
that
oh,
ball with nitrogen,
that's what it is.
and
Okay,
then
okay.
when you crack it, that ball cracks open,
Mm-hmm.
and the nitrogen comes rushing out. But like if you, let's say, got a keg of Guinness,
Mm-hmm.
they perfectly balance the carbon dioxide and the nitrogen, so that when you then hook it up on the tap, you're supposed to hook it up to a mix of carbon dioxide and nitrogen.
Oh.
It's its own mix. It's
Oh.
not the regular CO2 like all the other beers.
Yeah, yeah.
It's its own beer mix. So that when you do it, all that stays in solution in the same ratios. And that's why when you watch a Guinness, you see it like cascade, right? Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
So you see that
all
it's
majestic
like,
looking.
Yeah, it's like doing this. So that's the nitrogen breaking out past the CO2.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's cascading out.
Damn.
Or maybe that's vice versa. Again, that's one that I can't remember which one's heavier and which one's lighter. But it does that. And that's why they're supposed to pour it and then stop 3/4.
The G. Split the G.
Well, split the G's when you drink and you drink down.
Oh, that's
to
when.
split the
Oh, I
G.
thought it was
Yeah.
when you pour.
No.
Because it's
So
supposed
when,
to foam.
when you
I thought-
pour,
oh, okay.
you're supposed to pour it to the Guinness, and then
But like it's all foam, right?
it's cascading, and then
Oh,
it
yeah.
has a thin thing of foam, and then because you're going back, right, 3/4 of the way, and you're supposed to go straight up so it breaks out and does all that cascading. And then for the last like third or whatever, you pull forward, and that blasts more of the nitrogen to make it extra creamy at the top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever have a problem? Like, do you ever see people when they pour a beer, they think they pour it bad and it's all that foam and they blow it off, or they do the nose thing where they.
That's the worst.
Yeah, right.
I
So-
used to do the same shit.
No, same. Well, but I only know this because of you had said that, like, you know, that foams is a beautiful sign right there.
Yeah.
But
Like this not having foam right now, that's my fault. That's not the beer's fault.
what do you mean? What do you mean?
So because I run these glasses in the dishwasher with soap, it has a film on the inside that won't let the proteins stick, like the white lacing.
Okay.
That carbonation is proof that everything with the beer is like good.
Oh, okay.
And if this was a glass that never got soaped and just had like hot water and steam to clean it, you see even when you
film.
sip it, even when you sipped it, it wants to, and then it
Just
goes
slides
away
right
because
off.
of the soap. Yeah.
Oh, so that's why like when you go to like to Pint House and shit, after you're done with like a full beer, you'll see like the white film around the edges.
the webbing.
Yeah. Like the levels of like where the beer was sitting at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the more you can see every sip, the better the glass is taken care of and the beer was made. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
okay. Yeah.
So that's why like Guinness has been made for so long. It's made so right every time. You go to somewhere like Buffalo Wild Wings is actually really good for this because they do everything. They can afford to do everything right. But then you go somewhere like Mid and they're like, oh, whatever, dude. Just fucking clean the dishes however we clean them, whatever. And
That's my favorite picture.
that's great.
Oh, damn, that's crazy. That's a fun fact then. Sure. So does that mean like at Pint House then? So they're probably just steaming their cups then? They're dirty cups.
I'm assuming they're like running them through steam and then sanitizer. I don't know because sometimes
Because now that you mention it, every time I've had a beer, like I remember now, there's like was that like webby look around like once the beer's all gone, and you never see that like with a home beer.
yeah. So, well, with the home, what do you mean? Like
this.
a beer at home.
Because we wash them
because
with
it's
soap
your
and stuff.
glasses. Yeah.
I almost want to try that now.
That's why, like, when I was like really, really into beer, like first starting to work at breweries and stuff, I would get glasses. Like I would order glasses, and then keep them separate. And then once they got like incorporated into, like, you know, if Kristen accidentally ran it in the dishwasher or something, I would get rid of it. Or like, you know, not use it.
No
for
longer,
beer
it's no
anymore.
longer a beer one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And like, I had the benefit of like, I worked at a brewery, and the brewery I worked at, we did tours every Saturday, and it was like a gray area. You couldn't tell people they could have like, you couldn't sell beer to make money at the tour, but you could sell glasses and give them free beer.
Oh, I see.
So we would sell.
It's like when people say like, "Oh, you can buy, you could get this product for free, just pay shipping."
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's where they make their money.
We had a 20-ounce glass and a 16-ounce glass. So it was like $5 or $7. And then either way, you get 3 fills.
But you keep the cup.
And you pay like $15 or like whatever. It's like it is 5 or 7 for the glass if you bought it and left. But if you're buying a glass for the tour, it's like 12 or 15.
No
or something.
way. So then they do sell beer then, technically?
It was like that's what I'm saying. It's like a gray area.
It is a gray. Okay, yeah, that is.
So it was like, obviously, if you were very clearly like swinging by to get a glass, you wouldn't pay the same thing that someone would on a tour who's going to get 3 fucking pints or whatever, or 60 ounces if they get the big one. But I would just go and get them from the box, like unwashed and shit. And then that would be my beer glass.
Oh,
like at work, we had our own cups.
Oh.
And they were from the box. And then every time after we'd have a few beers, we'd go run it under really hot water and then put it
Just let
off
it air
for
dry.
us. Yeah.
Nice.
And every time those were the ones that like looked the best.
Okay. So when you were working at the brewery, like, were you just like mixing, like making beer and then like just like getting a cup and like drinking it and like tasting it, like?
Yeah, like
Because I mean, like what I'm saying is like, were you drinking alcohol on the job? I mean, you
Yeah.
kind of have to, right? It's like
Yeah.
you got to test your food like as a chef would. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, especially like at
You be getting buzzed at work and shit.
yeah. I mean,
And it's like-
you get to the point where like your tolerance is so high that you're not getting like a real buzz off of
But I'm assuming at work you're sipping beer throughout work.
not
But for
not
work. For work.
throughout. Yeah, you're tasting it like depending on what you're doing. Like say I'm transferring a beer from it's done fermenting and it's going to the conditioning tank where it's going to be for another week or so, and then we're going to package it. Yeah, I'm going to taste it as it's being transferred. I'll have a little, as it's filling up in the conditioning tank, I'll take a little from the sample port. I'll look at it. I'll smell it. I'll taste it. And I'll go, yeah, that's like where it's supposed to be right now.
So it's a Costco sample. It's not like a fuck.
It's a Costco
It's
sample.
not like a
Because
okay.
at that point, it's like, it's not. I could and I used to if I really wanted to like drink
a whole pint.
10 ounces or 12 ounces of it, I would.
Uh-huh.
But it's not the best. It's not the most enjoyable. Now, when you're filtering and it's like the beer's carbonated, clear, it's like going into the can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you start like pulling,
Drinking.
and then you're like, all right, now we're, and then you're like, oh, I had to pour 2 full pints because I wanted to see the unfiltered pint and the filtered pint.
And I'm not gonna dump them out.
Not gonna dump them out.
I'm not gonna waste this.
And then you get to the canning line,
Yeah.
where it's like the like it's the perfect, all the way done beer.
Yeah.
Those guys were hammered all the time. Because you're constantly like, what's happening off the canning line is like it'll come off, and then let me see the can. Oh. So like the way this is,
Uh huh.
how it's like in like that. It's the can part is flared out, and
So it
then
can hook on.
the lid sits on it,
And it wraps.
and then it seams.
That's how it does.
It seams it
A
down,
machine, like,
and
folds
then,
it in?
Yeah, a machine creates this seam.
Okay.
So a can before it has the lid on it, you'll slice your finger open on the top.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And then the lid sits flush, and then it rolls the lid.
Have you seen when people like they'll fucking with a can opener open the top of their beer and
Yeah.
drink it like that?
Yeah.
That's.
I've
fucking
also
wild.
seen the ones that like peel open, and then it's like you just pour
the whole top is open.
the whole top is open. So a lot of times on the canning line, those seams will be off, and then you can't package those beers. You can't
'Cause air's
send
getting
them
out,
to the
right?
store. Yeah,
Like,
air's
stuff's
getting
getting
out. So it's a matter. It's like it becomes like a ticking time bomb. So the people working the canning line are like, I mean, we could put them off to the side, and they'll be like gross tomorrow.
Yeah.
Or you can crack it and sip it while you're, because canning is like repetitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like put the cans up, move the cans here, put the case on the pallet. It's just that.
Yeah.
You can drink while you do that. You're not supposed to.
Uh-huh.
It's especially if you're going to jump on a forklift and move the pallet
Exactly.
when it's full.
Yeah.
You're really not supposed to. But it happens,
What was I gonna say?
Or it used to happen. I don't know if it still happens.
I don't. Do you remember? Like, I mean, I don't know if people still say it because I haven't heard it in a while. But is it true? Like, if I buy, let's say, a basic beer like Coors Light, Modelo. Say if I get a Modelo at Circle K, is the alcohol, the volume less? Like is it less strong opposed to me getting it at a liquor store? Did you ever hear that? People would
No,
say like,
in Colorado for a long time. I think like Colorado, Utah. That might have been something you heard while you were in Colorado,
maybe
because
yeah, sounds about right.
grocery stores could not sell anything above 3.2%.
So that's
So
what
if
they
you-
were saying.
Yes.
okay.
If you got like Coors or Coors Light at Walmart in Colorado, didn't matter. It was 3.2%. They had 3.2
Okay.
at the grocery store. You had to go to the liquor store to get the 5% beer.
Anything above 3 or whatever. pretty much.
3.2.
Okay.
3.2. Yeah.
Because I remember hearing that and I was like, so that would be a thing where I would, like, if I was going to someone's house, I'm like, well, I'll get a 12 pack, I'll get an 18 pack of
they're like,
Modelo
where are you
at the
gonna go
liquor
get
store.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
where are you gonna? Yeah, are you gonna go to? Don't go to Circle K. Go.
And so that was in Colorado?
I remember. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah.
And I guess at the time I just assumed that was for everywhere. How do you feel about, like, does it bug you? Well, okay, I'll say this for myself. Whenever I go out with, like, friends, or even if I go, like, you know, with Cider or something, and she gets a drink,
Syra!
or if they get, like, an alcoholic drink, like a beer or whatever, does it bug you like it bugs me that at the end of the dinner, you know, we're about to leave or whatever, they don't chug their beer? They'll leave, like, not like not like a swig. Like, I'm talking like a good, like, half or something. And I only bring this up, and Kobe, if you're listening, I don't know if you caught this, but so we went for his birthday. We went to the bowling alley, and remember I told you, like, we got the fucking
Pitcher.
a pitcher. So I bought a pitcher, and then
Blue Moon, you said.
and then he bought a Blue Moon pitcher. Yeah. So and he got the last.
What did you buy? Blue Moon also, or something different?
Well, what did I get? I think I got Modelo, but only because before that we had went to La Bodega, and he bought a beer tower.
Tower, yeah.
And I want to say it was whatever beer he got, that's what I just got. And then after I was like, oh damn, they have Blue Moon. I knew he liked Blue Moon. So then when he went, he got a Blue Moon because he saw that. But so we played, like, we had maybe 28 minutes left in our game, and they were about to close too. So we still had that whole, like, we had 28 minutes left, and we still had a whole pitcher he had just brought. And I saw the way he was drinking. I was like, bro, we're not gonna finish this in time. So I started, you know, drinking, whatever. And then he poured. We had just enough to where I filled my cup, and he filled the rest of his. Played like another, 10 minutes or whatever. And I finished my beer, and we're about to head out. We're, changing our shoes and everything.
And he's leaving his.
He takes one big swig, and it's probably a good, like, half still left, maybe a little less than half.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I'm not gonna finish that. He's like, that's too much, and puts it down. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then, like, they all kind of start walking towards the counter, and I'm still taking my shoes off. So I was like, I don't know what the fuck. So then I went and just, like, chugged the rest of it. But, like, I do that, like, with, like, friends and family, just because
in front of them.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, so you're done with this?
Bro, you're
like,
done?
you're gonna leave
Yeah,
this,
oh,
and
yeah.
they'll be like, yeah, man, like, it's too
Nope.
much for me right now. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You don't want that. Like, I feel like that is the little bit of, like, the buzz you need at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If that's your last drink.
Yeah.
And, we're out. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude, just chug it.
Even if it's not, like,
Do the thing where you take a couple quick swigs. Try to finish it. Man.
Yeah.
Come on, dude, take advantage of it. And he wasn't driving.
yeah,
It was his birthday.
He was done. Like, I get it. Like, I also get to the point where, like, I'm done. I can't. But I'm a lot more like you. Like, I'm gonna.
DraftKings.
What was that?
It's I don't know.
Was that a trade?
No.
San Francisco is about to receive. Oh,
It's 10.
oh God! I thought there was like a crazy trade.
No, I set my alerts for the NFL app with the season opening now to just like it.
So you're constantly.
I see
getting-
everything. Well, when we were in church, my phone was going off crazy, and it was all the NFL because all the games are going on. So it was all that fucking news going on. But
We went to church.
we went to church. I took a meal to church. You know what? It felt good as far as like. It's one thing like myself to go, but then it's always nice. Like church is one of those things where it's like you kind of just bring people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you introduce them to something new in their life that's a positive thing, and it's like it felt good because normally I'm the person that gets brought to church.
Yeah.
I'm the one that's like, you should come to our church.
To be
So
fair,
it was cool.
I've been going.
No, yeah.
I've been looking for a church. This was you bringing me to your church.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I like it.
Thank you, dude. I'm glad. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a dope church. I have no issues with it at all. I think I don't really like to talk about church things 'cause I'm still new to it, but I'll say this, and we've talked about it.
Yeah, we're no way.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
we're not trying to preach anything, but no, I'll say that the things I've noticed from when obviously when I was younger and we went to church, it was more, what's the word? Traditional. So it was, the chimes, the
Well, yeah.
give you some bread in the mouth, do the whole thing. Less music, less concerty.
This, they give you the little prepackaged shot glass.
Yeah, you saw that. Did you tell me what is this?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, we're about to get turned.
I was like, what? I was
It's
like,
a
what?
shot.
It was very much just grape juice, but
It's great. Yeah, they give you like, so in this church, and this is, and my first time in, I was like, what is this too? But yeah, when you go in, they give you like a little plastic shooter, and it's like
it looks
half,
like an hourglass.
yeah, it's an yeah.
Yeah.
The top part is like a little teaspoon of wine, and then the bottom is a little cracker and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But and then at some point they tell you to take it or whatever. But no, I think my thing with like this, like we talked about, but like this nowadays church thing is like a hip cool thing. I wouldn't say it's like a Joel Osteen like super church type thing, but they do. It's very concerty. I mean, you can tell they spent money in the instruments, the lighting, bro. The lighting was insane, right?
Yeah.
Like they had the lighting. Like if you're at a concert, like they would like shine up at people and all this stuff, and like, it's also a different thing. I think we talked about it too. Is that obviously you dressed up really nice. Like the fact that you wore a button up to me is really nice.
Yeah.
I like that I can go to the church dressed like this. Not that this is like slummy, but it's like
No.
I don't have to. I don't have to wear.
There was
a
people there in
collared
flip
shirt.
flops,
shorts.
We're in Yuma,
football
so like no one's
jerseys
gonna
and
judge you. Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't even say it because we're in Yuma. I'm saying it's these new churches that are coming out.
Right.
These like church is cool. Like this is a good
Come as you are. Yeah.
Yeah, come as you are. Yeah, we accept you for who you are. Like I remember, I want to say my first time I went to that church, this family walked in kind of like halfway through, and it was a black family, but like the three kids that came behind, bro, I'm talking hoodie, baggy pants. I think they even had like a, like they're called like a, I think they're called like a poo shiesty, like a shiesty, the mask, like a ski mask.
Oh, like a balaclava.
Yes, yeah. They had one of those on and walking in with like their hands in their pockets, and I'm like, that's cool, man. Like it's for me not for me seeing that for the first time and being like, damn, like you're allowed to wear this. I did get a little like, what's gonna happen, because why they dress like that. But at the same time, I'm like, this is cool, man. You could pretty much wear whatever you want. Like, just show up, just come to our church. We're just glad you made it out. You don't have to dress nice. You don't have to bring nothing. Like, just show up and just listen to us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really cool. I like that. It's very like non-judgmental. Yeah, I love it. Good church, fun church.
Good church, fun church. I'm going back.
And I'll say this, for someone, I'm not like ashamed to say it, but like church isn't like somewhere I want to be. It can drag on for me, especially if I'm not in the mood to listen to what they're saying, like the message they're trying to send me. I have like ADD sometimes where I'm sitting there, I'm standing or whatever, and I'm listening to the guy talk, but at the same time I'm thinking about other things. It's almost like when you read a book and you finish a page and you're like, I was reading word for word, but in my head I was thinking of something else, so now I have to reread this page because I don't know what I just read.
Oh yeah.
Church kind of was like that to me in the beginning, where I was like listening to the guy, but I was also just like in my head I was like, man, this is a cool church, like I'm really glad I'm here. Like I feel good that I'm here. I was thinking of those things while the guy's talking. So when he's done, so like the first few times I was like, I don't know, man, I don't think I'm really getting anything out of it. Like I'm not really understanding the message. I would say like back in my day when I used to go to like the churches, like the traditional churches, every single time I went, it just so happened that whatever they were talking about, whatever scripture in the Bible happened to relate to something I was dealing with. Anything. Like every single time I went to church, it was always just like, is this guy like, are they like listening to my message? You know what I'm saying? Like it was like really close to what I was like going through in that time. And so me now going back into church, the first 2 times I wasn't getting that. It was just kind of like a chore. Like I was like, all right, I'll go. Look, I went to church and now, I did my thing. I showed up.
Yeah.
But now that I go this time and even the last Sunday when we went, or past Sunday, I was actually listening and I was like, holy shit. Like the last time I think they talked about trying to please everybody. And I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people where like I care what other people think. As much as I try not to act, or as much as I act like I don't, or as much as like I try to make things like, oh, it doesn't bother me. Like it does. I truly care what other people think. They were talking about that in church. Like you got to let that go. You know what I'm saying? Like that they were just talking about all that stuff. And then today, they were talking about about like the things that like, and it does get kind of weird when they talk about God. I have no problem. It's when they start saying like the devil's gonna do this, the devil.
Yeah.
That's when I start to get like,
It's a little bit like, come on, man.
yeah, like we know.
I was with you on that. Yeah.
But the things they were saying, I was like, so that's what that is. And maybe it's not the devil, but it's some type of negative energy that is making you think this way or making you feel this way.
Yeah.
Or making, so
Yeah,
that's, so today was
be
another.
like the devil's making you do this. And it's like, come on, man. Like, I chose to do some fucked up shit. You know, like
we all have intrusive thoughts.
But then they also say, like today he said, it's not a matter of like if you sin, it's a matter of when you're going to sin. And then it's like, how do you react to when you do that? You know what I mean? Like in that moment, how do you react? And he compared it to like falling in mud. And he was like, you're not going to keep rolling around in the mud. You're going to get up, get off, like get washed off and move forward.
Yeah.
He's like, that's what you got. And I heard that and I was like, oh, because how easy is it to like beat yourself up, especially when you're like looking for religion and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And you're like, no, I did this fucked up thing. And it's like, I'm just a piece of shit. Like I'm a bad person. I've sinned. I've done. And he was like teaching like the very real human, like, oh man, you're human. Like you're gonna, but having that faith is the ability to like move forward, move past it.
Yeah.
And believe
Not
that
see
next
yourself
time
as
you
a piece
come
of shit.
across
Yeah.
that mud puddle, you're not going to dive into it. You're going to walk around it.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to stay clean.
Yeah. No,
So it's like, I hear stuff like that and I'm like, okay, cool. But then, that's the devil. The mud is the devil trying to get you.
Bring you down to hell.
And it's like, all right.
I mean, and I think that's if you're like looking for like a church and you're like it 100% has to be like how I believe, then you're not gonna find.
You're not gonna find.
You're gonna find a 70-30. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna find 70% of stuff you agree with, stuff you're like that makes sense, and you're gonna get like that 30, like the devil talk, it's the devil spirit, like you know, you start getting like into ghosts and shit, you know.
Yeah.
But no, one of the things he brought up too that was really cool was something that was like had been weighing on my mind was, you know, baggage you carry for doing, you know, negative things, for making yourself feel like a piece of shit. It's like he pretty much said it. He's like he's like, you know, he's like there's a what is it, like a river or there's a ocean where all your negative stuff goes in there. Once it goes in there, you don't go fishing for it. You don't go try to find it back. Like, yes, you've done some messed up things, but if you know, and this goes back to like if you believe in God and if you're with the church and stuff, then you'll have to understand like he doesn't see you that way. Only you're doing that to yourself. Only you're constantly being like, yeah, but I've done this before. I've been this. So you're not letting yourself like change. But if you can, and it only helps if you believe there's a God or if you believe in a church that God is like, bro, like, yeah, I know you've done these things, but like, I'm not thinking about them. You're the only one stressing about this. We know you've done bad things, but like, you're cool with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of annoying that you keep bringing up these negative things you've done when we've already accepted them and we've moved past them. We understand you can, you know, grow and change. So like hearing that was something that's like kind of like stuck with me too, where I was like, damn, like I've always thought that, you know, they say like, you know, because I never understood where like, well, you know, if they say Jesus, you know, God or Jesus forgives everyone, then why is there a hell? How bad do you have to be to get to hell then? Because apparently I thought, you know, you could do no wrong if you have a God or you believe in Jesus. Like he's not going to see those negative things. But, I mean, obviously there's like a line, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I think their line is you denying him or...
Yes.
Like you just being like, nah, your church is wrong. Church is wrong. There's no such thing. Like, so they're trying to avoid like the full denier. You know what I mean? And they're like, all right, if you fully deny, like we're telling you, we'll pray for you, but you're going to hell. You know,
we're gonna do what we can.
No promises.
It ain't looking good, buddy.
No promises. And so it's like that's their way of like getting you to join their side, right? But again, it's one of those things like I don't know if it's because of my age or what, but I'm like, there's something. I got to believe in something. Am I going to like pick and choose what I like take to heart and stuff? Of course. Because like you said, like if you look for something church-wise that you're going to believe 100% in, like you're not going to find it.
Yeah.
And I'd rather be like that, because if I believed 100% in it, like that's how people get accidentally into cults. And, you know what I mean? Because they're
They go
like
full blown
I'm all
Bible.
in.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. You're going to fuck my wife. Okay. I'm with you.
God, right?
I'm going to give you all my money. Okay. Okay.
all
All
right.
right. I'm with you. And then it's like, come on. You
Yeah.
know? Like I was watching this documentary yesterday on
A cult?
kinda. They're like, I guess in the like 2010s area, like a very popular like section of YouTube was these Mormon influencers, like Mormon mom influencers, being like, oh,
Recently.
yeah, like 2010, I think it popped off.
Okay.
And then by like 2020, 2022, it was like the reason for this documentary was happening. So like the Mormon moms were like, always going to be stay-at-home moms. Some of them had like fucking 8 kids, 6 kids, whatever. And so they started making content based on like being Mormon moms at home. And some of these channels like were blowing up. Like there was one particular, like she went from like 1,000 subscribers to like 1 million in like a year. And
Is it the one that's a big show on TLC, or is that something different? You know what I'm talking about, that Mormon show?
yeah, that's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like them.
Oh, so there's like nowadays there's one similar, but it's not YouTube, it's TikTok. They're TikTok Mormon wives. They have like a whole page, and
Same
it's like
thing.
each one has like their own page, and they're all doing their own about their life and stuff.
Yeah.
They made it into a show, I think on like TLC or something, and it's like these Mormon wives and husbands and shit and all this stuff. But
Same
it's
shit.
not like a cult thing. It's more just like shows how they live their life.
This one became culty because one of like the main creators got with this lady who was like employed by the Mormon church as a therapist.
Yeah.
But this lady was like divorced, estranged from her kids, and probably like a closeted lesbian. And so she was very against like men and would create situations for the women in therapy to like threaten their men with separation and divorce.
Oh, that's where the issue came.
Yeah.
I see.
And so like hundreds, if not thousands of like men were not allowed to see their kids, and all these like manipulation tactics and like straight up lies were being perpetrated through this like woman who was like operating as a licensed therapist through the Mormon church, and encouraging these women to like do these things and like withhold sex or like
That's
access to the children
Yeah.
like from their husbands to get their husbands to agree to like separate. She was trying to separate the husbands and wives.
I mean, and obviously this is a girl and she's Loki's lesbian, but it's no different than when it's a guy that runs the cult. He does the same thing.
Same shit.
He tries to separate the wives from the husbands so he can have sex with all of them.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what I'm saying? And he starts making things up like, well, God's only going to accept you if you only stay true to one man.
Yeah.
That one man should be the guy that runs all this, right?
Yeah.
You know, and the husband has to be like, I mean, yeah, we do want to go to heaven.
So you got to suck it. I have to pee so bad.
Yeah, go take a piss, and then I just got to finish one thing
All right.
with these videos because I want to show you some stuff, and then we'll be out. We'll be back, guys. All right, we're back. Did you see? Oh, this is what I wanted to show. So I'll put it on the camera. You guys in the comments, let me know. Is this trash or is there still some in this? You see that?
Put your hand behind it.
Oh yeah. Damn. Do makeup tutorials or what?
I'm going to say trash.
You think? You don't think you can get some out of that? You're gonna get smoke, but I'm saying, are you smoking weed or are you just smoking burn?
His burn. I mean,
Watch. Take a pull.
I don't want to.
Oh, okay. Well, let me see. Yeah. Watch.
Oh, it's stuck.
No, it's stuck now because it's all trying to get to the bottom, but it should go through. I just hit it.
I give up.
You let me know. Is that trash, or you could take a couple hits from that still, huh? It don't taste that burnt, right?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah. No, someone I follow posted the other day that they had bought like a cart, like a half gram or something, and the bottom portion that had like a piece of tape around that had like the brand name around it. When she ripped it off, there was still like a good amount. Like she's like, I've been buying these, and I like when it gets to that point where the tape's at, I assume it's gone. Like that's the bottom, so she's been throwing them out. So she saw one of them was like kind of like flipped up, so she unpeeled it, and there was like a good amount still in there. She's like, I think I've been wasting it, but like I always wondered like with these, because you still see like a good like, there's something burning in there.
Something's burning.
I need to get a new one after this. These are good. Yeah, I love these. What was I gonna say? Oh, going back to the church thing real quick before we move on. I don't know if this is something I tell myself because I do it and it makes me feel better about myself, but like I'm assuming like a good percentage, if not most people in that church, don't live directly how they should if they're trying to, based off the Bible.
Sure.
All that stuff. So like by us talking about it, this isn't like this isn't going to really change the podcast. This is just something we do now.
Yeah.
And he just brought it up, so it's like, yeah, we could talk about it. I'm not embarrassed by it, but I want you guys to understand. Like, I would assume we are like most people as far as like you obviously see us drinking. We just hit a vape. Now we're talking about God and stuff.
We're
but
cussing.
It's like, we're cussing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so it's like we fornicate.
We killed a guy
We killed a guy.
right before this.
We masturbate. We masturbated right before
We
this.
masturbated with
after
the guy.
we killed the guy.
With the guy we killed.
Yeah, we masturbated with him. Then we killed him, so he wouldn't tell anyone. Then we went to church.
It was like a circle jerk. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we're here. But what I'm saying is, I want you guys to understand, like, if you're seeing this, like, yeah, there are people that are like us, and they go to church. And that's totally fine.
It's totally fine.
It's totally fine. As long as the things you're hearing in church, those are like, oh, I should probably work on that. Then that's, I think, where the church part comes in.
Yeah.
You know, you can be a piece of shit and go to church, but as long as you're, like, working on yourself, then it's all good, right? Because it's kind of hard to just talk about what we just did with church and everything, and like everyone's like, that's cool, I'm really happy for them, they're actually getting stuff out of it. And now we're going to go into some crazy videos, and it's going to be like, how does that, that's blasphemy. But I just want you guys to know, like, we don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but we're still us. Sure. We are the slobs on the pod still. We're still shitty people, but like we're trying out church now.
Yeah.
And this is just a preface. I'm assuming no one even cares or is judging us, but I just assume people are like, wait, they were talking about God, and now they're I can talk about this girl that's farting on camera. You want to see this video?
Yeah, sure.
All right, guys. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, there's like topics, or there's like posts I see on Instagram that I always want to send to Mill or like end up bringing up on the podcast, and I never do. But I put them in a folder, so I think it's time we can go through them. Let's see, and they're actually podcast topics. Let's see. This first one I want to show you. This girl I found on Instagram is pretty cool. Watch.
On her sandwich? Is that a sandwich?
Yeah. Oh, and she's stepping in with her bare feet.
Your lunch is ready.
So this is her thing.
Hi, I'm the next year Marcel Farts. Can you guess what I do for work? Hi, I'm one girl, one chocolate cake, and lots of. You know where to find it.
What?
Oh,
Oh, no.
right.
Kebab. Decent. Kebab. Decent.
Oh, she's so hot. Like, but you know what? This is my thing. I don't know how you feel. In a relationship, I have no issues with farting. I'm literally like, I'm not stupid. I know girls have buttholes. I know they poop. I know gross stuff comes out of their bodies in places that I like to put my mouth and my penis. I understand that. So I don't have an issue with this. I just think it's funny that, because obviously, so she's an OnlyFans girl, if you didn't know. So obviously she does other things. I don't know about scat. I don't know about poop stuff. But as far as like farting and stuff, my thing is, and once again, I understand everyone has kinks. But like, I think I've always thought farts were funny. I hate people that are just like, come on, bro, you're so like like immature. It's like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Anytime someone farts, whether like in a time that it shouldn't be, or even if it's like I'm about to fart, it's always funny.
Yeah.
So like something like this, like I don't understand how people can have a kink to it. Like I wouldn't get hard, not because it's like gross. I wouldn't get hard because it's so funny. You know what I'm saying? Like who's like, oh, send me a video of you like naked, like just farting like hard, like my bros do. Like, you know what I'm saying?
My bros.
Because those are bro farts.
Yeah, those are bro farts.
Like,
Those were bro farts.
do you think they stink? Because I'll say this: have you ever been with a girl that she farts and it's like it legit doesn't sound like, I don't think it smells like roses, but it sounds like nothing.
Yeah,
You just fart gas air.
Yeah, I mean, I could fart right now and you not hear it, and you'll die.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just because hers are loud doesn't mean they're bad.
And they sound they sound like a healthy fart. They don't sound like wet. Doesn't sound like wah. Like it's like a good flow.
A good amount of air ripping through a tight little butthole.
I would say tight. What else? Oh, okay. Shit. 5 shocking 1950s wife tips from a Smile Be Perfect ad.
Okay.
1. Never let him see you without makeup.
Oh, yeah.
Number 2. Greet him with a smile, not complaints. I think we should bring this one back.
Wow.
3. Have dinner ready and children quiet.
Ooh.
4. Don't question his decisions.
Oh, perfect.
5. Always look feminine and polished.
Oh, my goodness.
Bringing that one back for sure. Oh, that was 5, yeah. 5 shocking 1950s wife tips from Smile. It's like I don't know. I'm sure around that time when that was the thing, like, no, this is what we do. You know, we stay home, we cook, we clean, we take care of the kids, you make the money, like all that shit. But like, was it because they couldn't find enough people to like, hey, no, this isn't right. Like, guys can do this too. Like how come now it's such a big thing? Because of social media, like they can find other girls through social media, like also feel this way. And they're like, bro, we shouldn't, like, because it's crazy. I know girls that are like, I don't mind if that's my role. Like if the guy's working and he's paying for everything, I don't mind if that's what he expects from me. It makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, well, I don't do anything else other than, you know, stay at home with the kids and stuff. And like, so I guess it shouldn't be a problem. Like if he's doing all the hard work and making money, I should be able to make him something in the kitchen. Like there's girls that are just like, I totally believe with that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like back then, like it's crazy how that was such a majority of the neighborhood. That's what it was. It was wives being treated like that. Like when that girl came around with the fucking buff arm, wasn't that like the turn of like the first like, we're not always going to be washing dishes. You know, he could do a few dishes sometimes.
Yeah, I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy was so good, that show. Because, like, she was that type of wife on the show.
Accepting?
Yeah.
Of, like,
she
I'm
was,
going to
like,
do this.
supportive and, like, you know, just like, okay, Ricky, yes, Ricky, and always get it.
Here's your sandwich.
But she pushed it. She always wanted to, like, be involved. She always wanted to, like, because he was, like, an entertainer.
I never understood I Love Lucy.
Yeah, it's so
So you'd
good.
have to explain that
It's
to
the
me.
best.
Well, what's the plot of it? Like I know it's homegirl, Lucy Ball,
Yeah.
Lucy Bell, whatever.
Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball and the homeboy, the husband.
Desi
whatever.
Arnaz.
But like, what was the story? What was the backstory to them?
So
What was the whole show like?
He's a Cuban immigrant,
Okay.
right? And he's an entertainer. So they're living in, where do they live? New York or
They were in
Miami,
a house.
wherever they live.
I have no idea.
He's an entertainer, so he works at a club, and he's like he's like a local celebrity because he's like,
That's what he does. Okay.
Yeah,
I just assumed he was just like a car salesman or just
no.
some job.
He's like a singer and like a showman, So he's like he works clubs, and then as the show goes on, he does like commercials or shows, and so she's constantly like, Ricky, I want to be one of the girls in the show, Ricky, and he's like, Lucy, you have to stay home and fucking be a good little girl.
So
and
was he a piece of shit?
He was, but he was also being a caricature of like men of that time. he was married in real life to Lucille Ball.
Oh, he was?
Like, they were married in real life.
Oh, okay.
So he knew, like, this woman was a powerhouse. So he was like, all right, I'll play the husband that is, like, firm and the you know, patriarchal, like, just, like, leader of the house.
Yeah.
And she can play the, like, bumbling housewife that is pushing boundaries and, like, asking for too much all the time.
As a girl, like,
But in real life, knowing she was the star of the show.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
because it's when you explain it like that, how the show is, he sounds like the star. But I know she was the main. It was the.
But to get
First
on
show.
TV and get people to buy in, it had to be presented as, like, this great entertainer and his dumb wife who gets into shit every episode.
Dumb wife.
And she had to, like, be okay with that, but fucking use that to catapult her. And, like, what she did for women in Hollywood going forward was, like, huge.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen. I know it was like a big show, but I never really watched any episodes.
Yeah.
Let me see what are some other good ones. Tell me if you see any that you think you'd like me to click on. Oh, this was one I saw just today, and okay, so you see this video? It's world's easiest septic job or whatever. Pretty much shit just got stuffed up in the pipe, and the guy just opened the manhole, and all he literally had to do was get a shovel and just break it up so it could push through, and then everything was good. So he posted this, and he said, I think it was like a $900 job, right? But in the comments, everyone's kind of mad that they're like, you're a piece of shit. Like, you only did that little bit of work, but you charge so much. But I've heard this thing. See, look, like this guy, kind of bad practice to charge that much if it was a simple 5-second fix. I've read this thing where it's not so much about how much work he did. It's the fact that he showed up to the house and knew exactly where to go, exactly what to do. He didn't waste any time looking at other stuff like as a normal person would of a homeowner. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, my shit's backed up. Like, maybe I got a plunger. They did all these other things before they could probably find the problem. When this guy just showed up and was like, oh, yeah, you just got to do this. Charge $900. It's like, yeah, like, do you have a problem with that? I mean, obviously you're a homeowner. I'm sure you've had someone come over and fix something that you saw it and you're like, fuck, like I probably have to do this and this. And he showed up and he's like, oh no, you just gotta,
Sure.
unscrew it and tighten it and then it's good. And he charged you like some crazy amount of money. Has that happened to you? And do you feel like it's unfair?
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to feel some type of way, but the alternative, I've also had experiences where I've paid multiple people like medium amounts of money and the shit keeps breaking or happening. And then someone comes and charges the same or more and then it's fixed. And I'm like, yeah, bro, I would have paid you 3 times what you charged me from the beginning.
Yeah.
If you would have done it. So, like, I get it. Like, at the end of the day, as a homeowner, if the problem is solved, fuck it.
See, okay, that's a good take, yeah. So, like, as like
you got to let it go. Like, you're always going to feel some type of way about a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
But you got to let it go.
Yeah.
Because the next thing's going to cost even more.
Yeah, because there's actually like I don't know if it's like I don't think it's a real story. It might be, but it's pretty much, it's one of those stories that's what that leads up to. And it's like this one where apparently like this ship, there's something wrong with this boat. And this guy hired all these people and they were doing all this stuff. They were taking this apart and they were rebuilding this and this and that. And they couldn't find the problem with the boat. One guy shows up and he fucking like gets a hammer and just hits a spot on the boat and everything works again. And he's like, all right, cool. Like, now pay me, that crazy amount of money you were going to pay all these people that did all that work and didn't figure it out. Yeah. You pay me that for doing that one thing I did. And they're like, why should I have to? He's like, it's not about all the work I did. He's like, it's me just showing up and knowing exactly where to go because I know my job so well. He's like, you didn't know that. He's like, so that's what you're paying me for. That's what that crazy amount of money is. It's the fact that you could just call me in and I go right to the source. I know exactly where the problem is and I fix it right then and there.
I agree.
So you're mad that I didn't stick around longer and I didn't have to get dirty? Is that why you're mad? That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So because I I plugged it in because your dumbass couldn't figure it out. No one else around you could. So you had to call one professional, and I just plugged it in and your fucking TV worked. So that's why, you know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I agree with that. I totally do. I can see as a homeowner you feeling ripped off. Like, oh, that's all it was? Oh, fuck, I got to pay $500 for a fucking light switch. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, but like, how long would we be sitting here with a broken light switch if we didn't ever call this guy?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He did show up and he was like, oh, it's simple. You just got to do this. All right, that's $500. It's like, all right, dude. Like, I totally get it. Yeah. But trust me, a lot of people in the comments were like, bro, you're a piece of shit. Hopefully karma gets you. Like,
Jeez.
how dare you charge all that? Because like I said, in the video, all the guy had to do was get a shovel and just break up the shit so it could push through, and boom, it was unclogged. What's this one? No. Oh, bro, this one. So you know what's going on, right? Mm-mm. Okay, so it says a Chicagoan gets caught lacking by his ops and was forced to perform dancing moves, and they made him say, "I love being goofy." What happened was he probably had beef with some guys, like a gang or guys or whatever. They ended up finding him when he was all by himself. He's all like, "Well, I'm not gonna fight all you guys. I'm gonna get my ass beat." So they were like, "We're either gonna, I don't know what they say. We're gonna beat your ass. Or we're gonna kill you." But like, we're just gonna humiliate you. We're gonna record you. So he's pretty much like under the stress of like, I might get killed. I might get jumped right now, and they're making him do these goofy ass dances. I've seen this before. There's one, and I don't even know if this. I mean, it's not worse clearly than death, but I mean, it's pretty fucking bad. But like, I've seen ones where like, it was like I think it was like the Blood or the Crips, or whatever. They rolled up to like a gas station and they saw one of the guys from like the opposite gang by himself pumping gas, and they beat him up and they made him like strip down on his, like down to like just his underwear, and they made him stand on his car, and like they were like, all right, now twerk, like do a twerk, and like this is a buff ass grown man, and they're like, we're not gonna beat you up, but unless you like do these goofy things, and they're like whipping him with belts, and they're like, now twerk. They're making this grown buff man that, you know, is supposed to be hard on the streets, like twerking, like with his ass shaking and stuff.
It's embarrassing.
I mean, bro, just shoot me.
Seriously.
Just shoot me.
Just shoot me.
Oh, and then I don't know if this is real. So it says Detroit rapper Big Huey says Tesla shut down his Cybertruck mid-highway and served him a cease and desist over using his Cybertruck in a music video.
Like, what the fuck? I can't move the car, bro. I'm stranded as fuck. Hell no. Fuck. Bruh. After my Cybertruck got deactivated, bro, they just stranded me. I go home and check the mail. Look what the fuck I got in the mail, bro. Read this shit, dog. Like, this gotta be some type of illegal, bro. Like, what the fuck?
I thought he was gonna read it, but
I'm in the middle of traffic, bro. Would you look at this shit?
What was I gonna say? That's the issue though with like electric smart cars, right? That's what everyone's getting at. Like, if at some point we go fully electric, that, you know, not to be conspiracy, but like that the, you know, if there's ever an issue or like the cops are trying to find you, they can easily just shut down your car. Mm-hmm. Like that should not be allowed. Mm-hmm. But I'll say this: I think yes, like like for that's fuck. But like, if someone's on a police chase and you have the access to just shut down their vehicle and capture them, I think that should be allowed. I think that totally should be allowed. Like, it's crazy that there's people out there that are like, you know, what about our rights? Like, you shouldn't be able to just do this. It's like, yeah, I get that. If, you know, if you're just like driving, a cop shouldn't be able to just pull up to you and turn your car off and just be able to talk to you. Mm. But like, if you're committing a crime and this technology is going to help us catch these criminals so they don't do more crime, and like it shuts down their car, I think that should be allowed. I think that should be. I think the cop should have access to be able to, like, if you have a smart car, it's like, oh, perfect, dude. We'll just fucking get close enough to where we hit a button and it shuts down his power and boom, we capture him. That should be a thing. Don't you think?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense. Like, if you're going to, but then it's like, where do you draw the line?
That's the line, though.
Yeah.
At criminals. Anything else, you shouldn't, like, if you're following, as a cop, if you're following someone and, I don't know, you just don't like them, you shouldn't be able to just turn their car off and be like, I got to talk to this guy. I got to see what's going on. Obviously, probable cause. But specifically, if this guy's committing crimes and he's trying to get away from it and we have access to that, let that be. I think that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I guess in the wrong hands, that can be something. Do you think we'll ever go fully electric?
Yeah, probably.
You really think so?
Mm-hmm.
You think at some point there's going to be no gas pumps and no
I mean,
gas vehicles?
way in the future, but yeah.
You don't think it'll be like a 50-50? Like,
I mean, it's kind of like 50-50 now.
no, I think it's like 70-30.
You think so?
I'm saying as far as, like, yes, everyone sells them, but I'm saying as far as, like, ownership wise, like, I mean, yeah, there's electric cars, but there's still
but
people buying gas ones.
There's a lot more solar panels on houses than there is electric vehicles. Like, you're moving away from.
But solar panels and electric cars are different. Electric cars, I feel the reason for that was for the emissions for the.
Yeah, for gas. But I'm saying, like, the first step of being, like, fully electric is, like, if I have, like, a big barrier into getting an electric car is I don't want to pay for the electricity to charge it. I might as well just pay for gas. So if all these homes that have solar are equipped to charge a vehicle, like, for way less than gas costs, over time, maybe not this owner that got the solar and only wants it to reduce their APS bills and is fine driving a diesel truck. Maybe the next owner of the house is like, I bought it because it has solar panels.
Yeah.
I'm going to get an electric car and charge that bitch for fucking pennies on the dollar versus what I pay for gas.
Do you think if it did ever go fully electric, they would fluctuate prices of electricity like they do gas?
They already do.
They do? They shouldn't be. See, that doesn't make sense, though. That's where it's like, well, then what's the point of this then? You're slowly getting back. You're just exchanging gas for electricity. But you're doing the same thing now. This year, this president wants, $3 charge, and then this one wants 15 cents.
Yeah, that's
like that.
yeah.
That I think I would be okay with electrical cars and all that if that was the case where it was like, all right, well, we're gonna sign something where anywhere you go, to charge it to 100%, it's gonna be $1 or whatever, But like, I think it should. There shouldn't be. It doesn't make sense that because right now oil makes sense. You go to places where oil's being made, then yes, gas is cheaper. You go to Texas and stuff, gas can be cheaper. Arizona is going to be cheaper than California, stuff like that. Like, obviously based off like the government, whatever. But that makes a little bit more sense. So, it's less transportation. It's like being built. It's being made right there in their place. Electricity is technically like everywhere, I guess. It's not like, I know they harness energy, but I'm saying it's not like you got to build wells to find this shit in the ground. This is just, we can make electricity. So it's crazy to think that now if I get electricity in Arizona, it's gonna be more expensive if I go to New York and get electricity.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be a thing, though. You as a Tesla owner, do you have any issues with your car as far as it being like electric and everything? Have you came across any issues?
Sucks. Like
right now, would you like if you had the option, if they made you choose, what would you go to? If they were like, you either keep your electric car or your gas car?
Gas.
Really? And why is that?
I also have an older Tesla, so it doesn't have a lot of range. It only goes like a couple hundred miles.
Yeah, my buddy just got a new Tesla, like a 24.
Mm-hmm.
He says he lives in Chandler. When he drives down, he says he can make it all the way down, drive around here, and then right before he heads back, obviously he has to fill back up. But I know people that they got the older Teslas.
If I go to Phoenix, I got to stop in Gila Bend.
Yes, I've heard that too.
For an hour.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, for an hour. When I could just pump gas and, fill up, and I could go from empty to full in what? 5 minutes. So, yeah. So then you only have an issue maybe because it's older?
Yeah, it's older. I mean, that charging thing, even if I did have a newer one and I could go 400 miles, but I was going to go on an 800 or 1,200 mile trip, like, it's adding hours, dude. It's adding hours. And so it's, I don't know.
Yeah. You know what's
I don't
weird?
know how worth it is. I'd rather do like a hybrid.
Like
gas electric.
anything under
Yeah,
like
like a
30?
Prius.
Yeah. What,
Like a Prius that gets like fucking 70 miles to the gallon or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the electric motor kicks on when it's at the lower RPMs.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's true. I don't know. I don't think I'd ever go like a smart car. I guess unless I had to, but I think they're interesting, but I don't know. I'm cool with gas right now. Well, that's it, guys. We're good. Is there anything else we're missing? No, I don't think so. So, have you watched Happy Gilmore 2 yet? Damn.
Never.
All right.
Never.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Slobs in the Pod on this beautiful, blessed Sunday. We can say that now. You know, I'm trying to write this joke, and you tell me if you've heard it before, but they say, some people say God has a sense of humor, and some say they don't. I think he does. And I don't believe it's hallelujah. I think it's hallelujah.
Okay, play the song.
We're up.